As the autumn leaves whispered tales of forgotten whispers, I found myself sitting around a time-worn table with my friends, Tim and Claire, in the dim-lit ambience of Tim's ancestral house. Tim, with his melancholic eyes, had been harboring a lingering ache to connect with his deceased mother. And tonight was the night we decided to attempt to pierce the veil between worlds. The room felt dense with anticipation, an oscillation of shadows cast by the flickering candles. The air had a tangible texture, a meld of dust and yesteryear memories. Tim's voice, laced with trepidation, broke the silence. "Are you sure about this, Alex?" I nodded, my fingers tracing the worn edges of the Ouija board. Claire, her face etched with a combination of intrigue and apprehension, distributed the candles, positioning them meticulously around the room. The atmosphere was dense, a concoction of hope, fear, and a pervasive silence that seemed almost sacred. We were no mediums. Our knowledge of the séance was rudimentary, stitched together from a myriad of online articles, anecdotes, and old wives' tales. As we positioned our hands on the planchette, our breaths mingled in unison, a symphony of anticipation and trepidation. Tim's voice, imbued with a whisper of longing, initiated the communion. "Mom, are you there?" The room seemed to respond with an amplified silence, the shadows deepening, the flickering candle flames casting an ephemeral dance on the walls. Time seemed to stretch, each tick of the clock reverberating through the air. A draft whispered through the room, though the windows were firmly shut. I exchanged glances with Claire. Her eyes mirrored the churning uncertainty within me. Minutes morphed into an hour. Our persistence met with the impenetrable silence of the room. The air seemed to thicken, the shadows pulsating with an unseen rhythm. The occasional creak of the house settling, the whisper of the wind outside, accentuated the growing tension within the room. Tim's voice wavered, a blend of hope and despair. "Mom, please, give us a sign." It was then that we felt it, a subtle shift in the atmosphere, a ripple through the air. The planchette quivered beneath our fingers, an imperceptible vibration. Tim's breath hitched, Claire's grip tightened, and I felt a shiver cascade down my spine. The room seemed to hum with an unseen energy, the shadows undulating, the candle flames flickering erratically. The planchette began to move, a slow glide across the board. The letters it pointed to seemed to form a coherent message. T-I-M. Tim's eyes glistened with unshed tears, his voice a whisper of disbelief and longing. "Mom?" The air was charged with an electric energy, the room pulsating with an unseen force. The communication continued, a series of yes and no responses, a semblance of a conversation between Tim and the entity we believed to be his mother. The room was filled with a palpable sense of presence, a connection that transcended the physical realm. However, the communion was abruptly shattered, the atmosphere morphing into a dense heaviness. The planchette moved erratically, the messages becoming incoherent, a cacophony of disjointed letters and numbers. Tim's face paled, his voice laced with a rising panic. "What's happening?" The room seemed to close in around us, the shadows deepening into an impenetrable darkness. The air was saturated with a malodorous scent, a blend of decay and sulfur. The temperature plummeted, our breaths visible in the frigid air. Claire's voice trembled. "Alex, we need to end this." However, it was too late. The room erupted into chaos, the candles extinguished, plunging us into darkness. The air was filled with disembodied whispers, a symphony of voices that seemed to emanate from the shadows. The temperature fluctuated erratically, waves of heat and cold washing over us. The furniture rattled, the walls seemed to pulsate, and a sense of malevolent presence permeated the room. Tim's voice was drowned by the cacophony, his pleas to his mother replaced by a rising panic. Claire and I struggled to regain control, our voices merging with the chaos, our attempts to end the séance futile. The room was a vortex of unseen forces, the darkness tangible, the whispers deafening. It was then that we saw it, a shadowy figure manifesting in the corner of the room, its form indistinct, its presence malevolent. The air around it seemed to warp, the darkness coalescing around it. Tim's voice broke through the chaos, a scream of terror and disbelief. "That's not my mom." The figure advanced, its form shifting, its presence overpowering. The room was a battleground, the air charged with electric energy, the shadows alive with unseen entities. Claire and I, fueled by adrenaline and terror, joined forces with Tim. Our voices raised in a chant to banish the entity, to close the portal we had inadvertently opened. The struggle was intense, the room a cacophony of voices, rattling furniture and fluctuating temperatures. The figure seemed to gain strength, its form becoming more distinct, its presence more oppressive. Our chants, our pleas, our commands seemed futile against the malevolent force we had unleashed. However, in a moment of unified strength, our voices rose above the chaos, our determination overpowering the darkness. The room erupted into a blinding light, the shadows dissipating, the whispers silenced. The figure disintegrated into the ether, the malevolent presence banished back to the realm from which it came. The room returned to normalcy, the air cleansed of the malodorous scent, the temperature stabilizing. Tim, Claire, and I, drained and shaken, sat in the aftermath of the chaos, the reality of the encounter settling in. The séance, intended to be a communion with a lost loved one, had unleashed shadows that lingered in the unseen corners of the room. As we left the house, the autumn leaves whispered tales of forgotten whispers, the shadows a reminder of the unseen world that existed beyond the veil. The séance was a lesson, a glimpse into the unknown, a testament to the thin line that separated our world from the shadows. And as the door closed behind us, the whispers lingered, the shadows undulating, a reminder that some doors, once opened, are never truly closed. Thank you for listening to Storyteller's Realm of Fear. I hope this tale has sent shivers down your spine and made you question the mysteries that lurk in the darkness. In these uncertain times, it's crucial to stay safe and vigilant, especially during the night walks that beckon curiosity. If you hunger for more spine-tingling stories and wish to explore the depths of fear with me, please consider subscribing to Storyteller's Realm of Fear. We have many more tales of terror waiting in the shadows, ready to be unleashed upon your eager ears. Until then, may your nights be peaceful, your dreams undisturbed, and your footsteps cautious when venturing into the unknown. Fear, after all, is a doorway to a world of mysteries best approached with caution. Good night, dear listeners, and remember to stay safe.